How you feel about the actor Jaleel White coming out saying that black people don't support, Family Matters like other black shows because it's not a hood story?
Well, first of all, on the Jaleel White comments from Family Matters, I'm a little disappointed that nobody told me he was going to be at the Wilmington Library, Art, because as you know, the Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey Academy is a few blocks away from the Wilmington Public Library. Like Wilmington is not a big city, and with us having a property there, a school that will be opening soon, I wish someone would have sent me the notice that Jaleel White would have been there. I would have went to hear him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's a snow bunny hopper too. So I'm disappointed in Jaleel, like I'm disappointed in Travis Hunter, like I'm disappointed in Drake, less I'm disappointed in Kendrick. They should all be with black women. Nothing against non-black women. I respect all females, but we need to keep the money and we need to keep the love inside the community. So Jaleel White just, jumped the broom. He snow bunnied, and that's what it is. But I did like Family Matters. I was a fan of the show. And unlike other people, I do believe Family Matters was a good black show. I think it was more geared towards children than adults. See, Martin, although children watched Martin, it was more for adults. Although children watched Fresh Prince, well, Fresh Prince could still be geared towards children, but Martin and a lot of them shows, a lot of them was more young adult shows. Family Matters, because of Urkel, was a decidedly obvious childhood show. And I thought it was one of the great childhood shows. It might have not done the numbers of Fresh Prince. It might have not done the numbers of the Cosby Show. It might have not done the numbers, of Martin and these others, the Jamie Foxx Show and the Bernie Mac Show. It may have not done them numbers, but I think it was targeted to a younger audience. And I appreciated it. It was not stereotypical, as was the other shows. Most of them other shows had a lot of black stereotypes in it. Family Matters did not. And I really like Family Matters. I thought the young sister in there, she was absolutely gorgeous. I had a little crush on her. You know what I mean? But I thought it was a really good show. And so when I hear him talk about how Family Matters has been excluded from the dialogue and from the conversation of great black shows, I think it's unfortunate because I do think Family Matters was a great black show. I enjoyed the Urkel character. I do believe he was punished because he played Urkel. And what I mean by that, Art, Jaleel White, he was typecast. He played Urkel so well that he could never play a serious character. And I believe that that limited a lot of the opportunities he got in life. I'll give you another good black artist who I thought was typecast out of better opportunities, Bokeem Woodbine, who played in Jason's Lyric. Bokeem Woodbine played in the Panther movie about the Black Panthers. He's a great actor, but I believe he played the criminal or the gangster so well that it was hard to see him as any other character. And I think that's what happened with Jaleel White. I think Jaleel White played Urkel so well that he was denied a lot of other opportunities when he became an adult because of how closely he was associated with that character. So, but for me though, Family Matters goes in my top five. Family Matters goes in my top five. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I grew up on it. I appreciated it. And shout out to Jaleel. I'm disappointed that he's a bunny hopper, but I am very, I'm dismayed to know that he don't feel Family Matters is getting the credit that it deserves. I think when you talk about children's shows, though, Art, it got to be top five in the children's shows. Overall, black sitcoms, it should still make the top 10 in overall black sitcoms. But even if it doesn't make the top 10 in overall black sitcoms, it got to be top five. And for me, number one for black childhood sitcoms. So I'm sorry he feels the way he feels. Hopefully in time, Family Matters will get its just due. But my brother Jaleel White, we got a bigger issue to deal with, and that is your snow bunny crisis.
I had no idea, man. I ain't know he was with a non-black woman.
Now, he just got married to a Caucasian not too long ago. Yep. And so my thing is, Art, when you talk about these black celebrities, and this is not to, cast doubt on what he had to say at the Wilmington Public Library, but it bothers me when I see black men married to non-black women who then want to say that they were punished in a certain way because they're black. Or, as he said, Family Matters really didn't fulfill a lot of the stereotypes. It didn't have a lot of quote unquote stereotypical black content. And so it's not entered into the discussion on black sitcoms. I think he's true when he said that. I think he's telling the truth, and it's not fair. But how are you going to advocate that you were the most popular artist on a very popular child-centered sitcom when you're not even married to a black woman? So you can't really argue for blackness because you're not committed to blackness. So how can that be now, if he want to say he was underpaid or something other than ethnicity and culture, I could hear that argument, but he can't use that we're discriminated against our own people because our show wasn't a stereotypically black show when you discriminated against black women yourself when you chose to marry a white female. So I think he has to look in the mirror and accept the fact that he's guilty of the very same thing he's accusing the black community of being guilty of, and that's discriminating against your own. He discriminated against his own when he married a non-black woman.